Happy Friday. I don't know if one day is any better than the other or any worse than the other. But yeah, today is Friday. Look here. I got a story I want to bring you out of Miami. Happened on the beach. And today I had to take my friend Miss Koch to run some errands. And one of the places we stopped was the bank. And always go through the drive-through when we can, but went through the drive-through and it was closed. And so I pulled through the drive-through. Was gonna circle back around and park in the back where it'd be easier for her to get in the back instead of the front. Well, as I pulled through the drive-through, there was a black lady that had parked illegally in the turnaround that takes you back to the back. And she came out the bank, and she didn't even look back to see that we were waiting on her to move so we could circle back around. She got in her truck, SUV, and she sit there. She just sit there. And I don't know if she's still sitting there to this minute because she sat there so long. I just pulled back out on the highway and pulled through a joining business and came back around back. But I told my friend Miss Koch, I said, it wouldn't break my heart if they sent every African or every black person there was back to Africa. It wouldn't break my heart at all. I said, Lord have mercy. And that was wrong. I didn't catch it right then. Sometimes I don't catch what I say right then. But check this out now. When we come back and I parked in the back of the bank, and Miss Koch had went in. Black guy, two black guys pulled up next to me, older generation. I mean, he looked like he was probably in his 70s or so. And his passenger was maybe 40s, late 40s. And when the old guy that was driving, he got out, I said, hey, how you doing? I said, looks like we're going to have another hot one today, don't we? I said, the heat index yesterday said it was 115. And we just small talked for a few minutes. And he was he's just an old country fella. He said, yeah, I was out in the woods yesterday working, and it was hot. And then, like I said, we just small talked for a minute or two. And he went inside, and when he went inside, I was waiting on Miss Cox to come out. His pastor started talking to me, and we started talking about the, what's going on around Augusta, which ain't good. And it don't seem like there's much good news to talk about anymore. But we had a good conversation while I was waiting on Miss Cox to come out. And then when Miss Cox got in, it hit me. I said, Lord, I made that comment about I wish all blacks would go back to Africa. And I was equating all blacks as being as that woman was. And I know that's not right. She just had I don't know if she had a bad spirit in her, or I don't know if she just having a bad day, or, just didn't care. Bottom line, just didn't care if I was black, white, Asian, or puppy dog, bullfrog, or unicorn. She wasn't going to be in no hurry to move out my way. But anyhow, I told Miss Koch, I said, I just got through telling you I wish they'd send all the blacks back to Africa, and based on what I saw in her, and based on all the stories I'm seeing on the news. I know it's not all the blacks that are out of control, but, I see it day in and day out. Shootings, killings, stabbings, car thief, breaking into your house, snatch and grab, and the majority of the crimes that are committed in America are by the black people. There ain't no denying that. You can sugarcoat it all you want, but you're gonna see it every day. So I asked myself, would it be better for this country if we based on population by race, if we divided this country up, give the whites their part of the country, give the blacks their part of the country, the Arabs their part of the country, the Native Americans, their part of the country, the Mexican Americans, they're part of the country. You know, if we split it up and we live by race only, would that help? Well, honestly, I think that would help with the crime in America, the white part of America. You know, we section off different parts. I believe the whites would get along a whole lot better without the blacks. I honestly do. That's just my opinion. You ain't got to go along with it. That's my opinion. And we see already every day that the blacks can't get along. Maybe if we divided the country, maybe and the blacks had their own area, maybe they could get along a whole lot better. I don't know what the solution is. I know it's a spiritual thing. I really know that. I know it's good versus evil. But why are there so many more evil black people than there are white people? Even based on the number of the population. And we see that it's not all blacks causing all these crimes, these drive-by shootings, these killings, these shootings, these stabbings, these snatch and grab. Skip, it is what it is. It's all just about black people that are doing it. Deny it, say, Skip, you're just being racist if you want to. But just look at the numbers. Old Joe King, and he was good about look at the numbers. A caller used to call James, well, I guess he still calls James and Jesse, I don't know. But he was good about these numbers. Well, look at the numbers. That's exactly what I want you to do. Look and see for yourself who was committing most of the crimes in America. And I guarantee you it's going to be your blacks. Do you see any white on black crimes? Do you see whites just do drive-by shootings on blacks? Or just hit them with the car for no reason? Or stab them? Or go into the black areas of town, businesses, and snatch and grab? You're not seeing any of that. And if you are, send them to me and I will show them. But anyhow, I don't know what the solution is. I know Jesus is the ultimate solution for every problem in this world. Yes, he is. And there's a moral problem that's going on. You know, and the blacks used to not be as bad as they are now. So I asked myself, I said, Skip, looking at this generation of blacks now, and we're seeing on the news every day that a lot of them are teenagers and early 20s. What do we do? Do we just write this generation off and hope better for the next generation? Well, that's not going to work because this next generation is going to learn from this last generation, you know, and they're all about blame the white man, blame Whitey. Yeah, white man is the reason why we like we are. It's because of slavery. It's because of Jim Crow. Well, that's a lie straight from the pits of hell. But I guess we can blame the white man for some of it because, yeah, Lyndon B. Johnson and his big welfare program, the black woman marrying the government and kicking the man out of the home, yeah, that was a bad problem. I mean, the home should have the father and the mother in there and, raising the kids, the upbringing. But when you ain't got a daddy in the home, that's gonna make the problem a whole lot worse. And we're just in this blame game right now. It's always a blame game, and it's so easy to blame the whites for everything right now. I mean, we are blamed more than anybody for the problems of this world today. Yes, we are. Well, look here. I've got a guest coming on. I'm going to interview tomorrow, and he's got a new book out. I don't know if it's his first book or a new one, but the title of it is A Possibility or Possible False White Origin Theory. And his theory is racial Europeans are the result of every other race mixing together under the most snowy conditions of the Ice Age. I ain't got a clue what the hell he's talking about. But anyhow, I'm going to be interviewing him tomorrow. We're going to do a Zoom call, and I'm going to interview him, and I'm going to find out about his books, where he got his thinking from, and then I'm gonna bring some scripture up to them, and everything pretty much that I'm gonna go on against my disbelief on this book, or even the title of it, period, is gonna be based out of the Bible. Now you can get mad at me, or anybody can get mad at me all they want to, but the Word says what it says, and I'm just gonna read the Word. I'm not gonna give my interpretation of it, because that's a big problem in the churches today, to give their interpretation of what the Word says. But no, let the Word speak for itself. That's the truth. And you don't need no interpreter, somebody to interpret something for you. But anyhow, I'm going to be calling him tomorrow, and we're going to have this interview, this discussion about it. And I'll record it, and I'll post it either tomorrow or Sunday, and we'll have a live chat going on during the discussion with me and this guy. And don't be coming out there with no stupid stuff in your comments, or not so much in your comments, but in the chat, because I'll delete you in a heartbeat. If you got comments about the discussions of this, fine. That's what it's all about. But you come out with your old stupid bull crap, I'll cut you out of there so quick. Lord have mercy. But yeah, that's going to be tomorrow. And but anyhow, I'm going to show you this video of this, she was some kind of Mexican, Cuban, or something that was causing, she was causing trouble on the beach. I don't know if it's because she was just mental health, and there's a big problem in the mental health, and that's with the blacks and the whites and the Asians and the Pekingese and the Chinese and the bullfrogs and the unicorns, I guess. I don't know. But just watch this story and see how out of control she was. And I'll be right back. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I'm still getting familiar with this.
A story you will only see on Local 10 News, a frightening beating on the sands of South Beach. A tourist and her friends say they were enjoying their time in the sun when they were harassed and attacked. Local 10's Ian Margot spoke with one of the victims and is live with the exclusive. Ian.
Yeah, just imagine you're hanging out on the sand, maybe you even fall asleep in the sun, and then suddenly you're being punched by someone you've never met for absolutely no reason. It is exactly what happened yesterday, right here. An unprovoked attack on Miami Beach Tuesday.
Just unfortunate this kind of violence has happened.
Deanna Anderson is in town from Houston visiting a friend who lives here in Miami. On Tuesday, the two of them were sitting under an umbrella at South Point Beach when a woman nearby started shouting at her.
I didn't really even notice this woman until she's facing the beach. Her back was to us the whole time, and she just turned.
The woman yelled some things in Spanish, but Anderson didn't think anything of it until the woman walked over and started getting aggressive.
She sort of pushed on me a little bit, trying to start a fight.
After a few seconds, the woman, clearly intoxicated, walked back to her chair, and Anderson and her friend moved away from her to another spot nearby. But then, right after Anderson says she drifted off to nap in the sun, the woman came back and just started wailing on her. Stop! Cell phone video shows a man working nearby running over and pulling the woman away. During the encounter, she called Anderson gay slurs and commented on her short haircut. But by the time police got there, she and the man she was with were gone.
The point is that she thought what she thought, and based on those hateful thoughts, took action on it. And that kind of thing, I think, needs to be talked about.
So Miami Beach police did take a report about this, and if the woman is found, she could face a battery charge. As for Anderson, she says, look, I'm just trying to enjoy the rest of my time here in South Florida. Live on Miami Beach, I'm Ian Margle, Local 10 News.
Well, I'm sure alcohol played a lot into it, and alcohol plays a lot into bad decisions that people make. I agree with that. But I'm just going to throw this out there. What if we did an experiment, let's say a 50-year experiment, and we did divide the country of America up based on population, the number of whites, they get their size of America, depending on how many there are, divide up and give the blacks their part, give the Arabs their part, give the Mexican Americans their part, the Dothead Indians their part, and let's just do an experiment and see. Well, I know for one, it would cut out all this CNN bull crap of believing that there's a social economic problem, not a social economic, but there's a problem between races, and it's all white man. They blame the white man for everything. Now, would this do away with all the crime in the white America? No, it's not going to. But I guarantee you, you will see a lot less crime. Yes, you will. And if you put the blacks in their area, I don't think you're going to see the numbers go down. I think you'll see the numbers go up. Look, it's bad enough that they're attacking white people, Asian people, puppy dogs, bullfrogs, and a unicorn. But just look at the number of black on black crime. Just look at it. Look at Chicago. Look at Atlanta. Look at St. Louis. Look at any city. Houston. Lord have mercy. Look at any city in this state, in this country, and tell me that the black on black crime is not out of control, and they're getting younger and younger and worse and worse. We're seeing teenagers committing these crimes. I saw a story the other day about a 13-year-old carjacker. I mean, he was carjacking cars at 13 years old. Now, yeah, upbringing has a lot to do with it, and let's do blame Lyndon B. Johnson and his administration for their the marriage of government and black woman and kicking the man out of the home so that she'd have somewhere to live. Okay, we'll give you that little bit. All right, but what do? Do we write off this generation and just hope better for the next generation? Or do we do this racial experiment and divide the country up and see living amongst our own people if it would do any better? I don't know. I really don't know. But I got that interview coming up tomorrow, and it's not gonna be live, but I'm gonna record it. But I will have a live chat going during it, so y'all can make comments about what we're talking about. And if you act stupid, I'll get you up out of there quick with the quickness. Yep, just can't fix stupid, sure can't. Well, look at here. Hope y'all enjoyed that video, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. I don't know, either tomorrow or Sunday. Depends on what time we do our recording tomorrow. But until then, pop, pop, pop. I'll catch y'all next time.
Remarkable.